Now that makes me curious. That gets me interested. That actually, I know I don't look like it. I get a little excited, okay? I'm not wired that way. It is common in churches all around the world and faith disciplines to hear an invitation at this time to what? Journey with Jesus. We're going to walk with Jesus on the way to Jerusalem, on the way to the cross. These 40 days we will journey with Jesus. How do you do that? Well, Lent is very much this season we're in. Happy did a great job of, we recounted growing up. And for many of us, we have no history, right? No memory. I think that's what I heard people say for the most part. No memory of Lent. Either because we're Protestant mostly and we didn't have those experiences. Some people growing up Catholic or Episcopalian have more of those experiences of a traditional Lent. But for most of us, we have no real memory of that. So it's a bit troubling, isn't it? Because in Lent, we're supposed to remember. Remember Jesus' life, as I said. Remembering our brokenness. That's why we put ashes on last Wednesday. It was remembering our brokenness. It's remembering God's love for us that's displayed in the Passion of the Christ. I know that's a movie, but it's a real story too. However, it can be, I find it very hard to journey with Jesus in a real way. I can read you the stories. I can tell you to go home and read the stories. We can watch movies about it. But it's really hard to actually be with Jesus in the journey. After all, it seems so distant, doesn't it? It's 2,000 years ago, and check this out. I did a little map quest, right, to Jesus' house, and it's 6,542 miles away. That's a long way. It's long in time, it's long in distance, in sheer emotion of Jesus' pain in his final acts of love, which brings salvation. It seems too far. How can we connect and journey with that? But there is a way. And it's what this series is all about. The way is through remembering. It's a way that we can experience Jesus, which leads me to our second takeaway. Remembering is a form of experiencing which produces empathy. That's why I talked about the outward displays of emotion. How does that happen? What's the science behind it? And the science was this. Remembering is a form of experiencing which produces empathy as if it were happening to us. And in the case of our faith for Jesus, remembering enables us to almost step into his footsteps. It connects us deeply to his story. We don't experience the cross like Jesus, and that's not what I'm suggesting. But we can remember some of his journey, which can find some place that resonates in our lives, because everybody knows what it's like to hurt, and I think everybody knows what it's like to have somebody turn their back on you. Everybody knows what it's like to have somebody reject your love. That triggers in us. That puts us in the same place to have similar emotions. That's called empathy. And that's how we can re-experience. That's how we can journey with Jesus. And that's what I want us to do over the next several weeks, to re-experience his journey, to re-experience his mission, to recreate wholeness for all of us. It was 2,000 years ago. It was thousands and thousands and thousands of miles away. But I think we can make it as close as our own hearts in this journey.